There was no indication it was a clash of heads. So if that would stop this fight, it is conceivable, unless we haven't seen the ruling, this fight will go to Diaz.
Gonzalez continues to bang away. And they'll have to do more work in the corner. He's sharp with his jab. He's sharp with the hooks. He's been underneath. He's gone to the body effectively.
He's done nothing wrong in this bout. I mean, he has just excelled in every area. Unfortunately for him, his left eye got cut along the way, and we believe it did come from a clash of heads.
Outside of the fact that that's not Carbajal in there against him, how would you compare the way Gonzalez is fighting tonight to the way he fought against Carbajal?
It's very similar, because technically he's sound. He's throwing straight, short, compact punches and throwing them in combination.
Coming to the end of round 7.
Here's the clash of heads in round 6 that we believe created the cut over the eye of Gonzalez. There is no question. Yes, it starts to bleed shortly after this, and that is definitely the clash of heads that created it. From yet another angle,
wow.
You see how hard they hit. Now, that was not seen, and of course, we're looking at it in slow motion. The referee didn't get a chance to see it and see that that was what created the cut. So, no ruling to that effect.
All right, they've done the work on the cut in the corner. Getting set for round 8. Chiquita Gonzalez looking for his 37th win in 39 pro fights. In the 7th round, Gonzalez outpunching Diaz and much more accurate. Just an excellent performance by Chiquita Gonzalez. The other question you have is, assuming Gonzalez goes the duration, wins this fight, will that cut possibly delay the fight with Carbajal?
I don't think so, because we're talking about February and March for that fight, and I'm sure they'll be able to deal with it, I would think. And of course, Michael Carbajal had a cut, although I'm sure that that one is getting better because it was on his scalp, the terrible cut in the fight in which he won against Domingo Sosa, but all he has to do is cover that up with hair. He can. He got that because he had that mohawk haircut.
Good combinations by Gonzalez. Once again, the cut has opened up and the blood is dripping down the side of the face once again. Good right hand by Chiquita Gonzalez, and a good combination as he's all over Armando Diaz. Another good right hand. And Diaz taking some heavy punches from Chiquita Gonzalez. Diaz in some trouble. Able to get back up on the toes and weather the storm. Tremendous flurry by Gonzalez. He's all over Diaz.
And look at him go downstairs to the body as well.
Nice combination. Very rarely does Gonzalez throw one punch. It's always a combination, a flurry of punches. Sometimes he'll throw as many as 7 or 8 in a row.
This division, I hardly ever see a bad fight in this division. We've done many Carbajal fights, fights with Scotty Olsen just above this division, and I'll tell you, they're always good. And of course, I've seen many of Gonzalez's fights. They're just always interesting. And this version of Gonzalez, and in his last several fights, he's gone longer. His last 4 or 5 fights, he's had a number of distance fights and gone longer into fights. It's because he is punching more in combination, not looking to load up on every shot.
Crowd here at Circus Maximus at Caesars very quiet, but we're enjoying this, and we certainly hope you are. Glad you're with us. And don't forget, our main event is upcoming. The IBF Cruiserweight Championship on the line with Al Cole in his 3rd title defense, taking on Vincent Fulware. We're heading for the bell to end round 8.
Diaz is trying to work on that cut, rubs his head against it, and then throws a right hand to try and hit it. So he knows that's his ticket to victory, maybe his only ticket to victory. Not too bad a round in round 8 for Chiquita Gonzalez. He threw 114 punches and landed 68.
Through 8 rounds. Look at the totals there. Wow.
52% landed.
Look at 426 landed to 146. Gonzalez just a busy fighter. And though Diaz, as you mentioned, is competitive, he just hasn't done anything to slow Gonzalez down.
You know, he's landed some pretty good shots, even power shots to the head of Humberto Gonzalez. But to knock Gonzalez out, you have to be a Michael Carbajal, who is as powerful a puncher in this division as there is. Gonzalez probably the two most powerful.
One-sided scoring on Al's scorecard. All 8 rounds thus far to Chiquita Gonzalez.
There's a 7-punch combination there by Gonzalez. Just continues to throw. And Diaz has been unable to give him the kind of movement and crafty work that he wanted to. He's been more stationary.
Former WBC champion Humberto Chiquita Gonzalez, who lost his title in a bout with Michael Carbajal last March in Las Vegas. Carbajal had his IBF title on the line. And they will rematch early in 1994.
Since then, we mentioned Gonzalez has fought Pablo Tiznado, beat him in 10, and now has this fight. Not any easy pickings for Gonzalez. He's getting some tremendous work. He didn't really want this fight to go this long, Sam. He really wanted the knockout early. He said he wanted it for his confidence against Carbajal. Well, nothing that's happened in this ring should do anything to diminish his confidence, though, because Gonzalez has fought very well.
Right hand got in by Diaz. He keeps popping away and keeps landing on that cut at the corner of the left eye of Chiquita Gonzalez. Cut opened up. Clash of heads in the 6th round. And Gonzalez seemingly has not been bothered by it.
Good double right hook by Gonzalez. Just does everything right in there now. And I'll tell you, this is a better version of Chiquita Gonzalez than even when he was champion, especially during his first reign. He was a big power puncher that won then, but he's technically more sound now.
Final seconds of the 9th round.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's no question in my mind who #2 man in the light flyweight division is, and that's Humberto Gonzalez, and he's showing you why. And he thinks he can be #1. And if he keeps fighting this way, who knows?
Look at these numbers.
They're monstrous. Oh. Excellent. You know what? It's a superb performance. I know we're waxing eloquently over Humberto Gonzalez, but he deserves it. He's fighting very well against a guy in Armando Diaz who is no slouch, who is a good fighter, very good fighter. And he just can't get anything done against Gonzalez, and he's trying.
Well, it'll be very interesting. I can only assume that Michael Carbajal is watching this fight in Phoenix and has to be taking note that he may be seeing a better Humberto Chiquita Gonzalez the next time they meet.
Oh, I don't know how Gonzalez can be better than the last time, but he's certainly fighting as well, that's for sure.
He may have learned from that Carbajal defeat, and that's that could be the telling key for Chiquita Gonzalez and his chances to regain the championship.
Diaz has just been unable to land the kind of a shot. There's a low blow by Diaz. Of course, earlier in the bout, he was the victim of a number of low blows by Gonzalez.
There have been a few. They've taken their turns. But only once have they been warned, each man, by referee Benny Esteves.
Remember, I was on the broadcast team when Gonzalez was on the undercard of Hearns Hill, fought Melchor Cobb Castro defending his crown, and won a decision, but a very lackluster decision. I remember thinking to myself at that time, boy, if Chiquita Gonzalez could just throw combinations, put his punches together, he shows the skills, but it looks like he's always looking for one punch to knock a guy out. And this is a different version of Gonzalez I'm seeing here tonight, and we saw in recent fights. Diaz joins the legion of light flyweights, and there are so many of them, who are just a notch below the top 4 or 5 guys, who give every one of them a tough time, goes the distance with the likes of Eric Griffin, Marcellus Johnson, Alfred Cote, people like that. Beats Jose Cepeda, who in turn beat Scotty Olsen, but just can't quite get past the big boy.
Yeah, can't beat the top guys. Doesn't have quite enough Doesn't have the arsenal. And really, in all honesty, Al, I think he takes too many punches. He's taking a lot of punches here.
Tonight he is, yeah, because Gonzalez is throwing those huge combinations that if you don't get hit with the first, second, or third, you get hit with the fourth or fifth.
Good work by Gonzalez, backing up Diaz as we come to the end of the fight.
Wow.
Dominated by Humberto Chiquita Gonzalez on your left. Armando Diaz walks away after acknowledging the corner of the former champion.
What a sustained effort of excellence by that man. Chiquita Gonzalez never let up in this fight, never stopped. And you know, you can tell, you can just feel, he's saying to himself, I want to do everything as perfectly as I can to get myself in the frame of mind it's going to take to give Michael Carbajal a great fight. Here's an amazing statistic. In round 10, Gonzalez threw 129 punches in the 10th round of this fight and landed 75 at 58%. I'm not sure, as we look at the total numbers, if that's not the best performance in the 10th round that I can remember in a long time.
I can't remember a fighter throwing over 1,000 punches. Michael Buffer with the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at Caesars Atlantic City, we go to the scorecards. Lynn Carter and Rocky Castellani both have it 100-90. Tommy Kazmarek scores it 99-91 for the winner by unanimous decision, the former champion, Humberto Chiquita Gonzalez.
37-2. Humberto Gonzalez wins impressively. That's the result here in Atlantic City. Let's take a look at other results in boxing this week.